Adult ADHD-Focused Couple Therapy. Why create a special model for adult ADHD-challenged couples? Why not just try standard couple therapy? Hello, my name is Gina Pera, and I detailed a few reasons in my first book, Is It You, Me, or Adult ADD?, including a chapter called Why the Wrong Therapy is Worse Than No Therapy. I'll explain more in 4 questions and answers. My second book, with psychologist Arthur L. Robin, is Adult ADHD-Focused Couple Therapy, Clinical Interventions. It is the first and only clinical guide presenting a couple therapy model based on the evidence, careful and flexible merging of what works for adult ADHD and what works for couple therapy. The term evidence-based means that published research has shown these methods to be effective. These are not simply personal, self-styled, idiosyncratic, found it somewhere on the internet opinions. You can read more details about the book, our contributors, our professional backgrounds, and the many professional endorsements at the website Adult ADHD-Focused Couple Therapy. I'll link to it in the podcast description book and also link to the blog post version of this podcast. First, about the authors. Through his decades in private practice, Dr. Robin has long helped individuals and couples affected by ADHD. His strategies are battle-tested. In his primary occupation, from which he's now retired, he trained psychologists working at a children's hospital. Both his ADHD expertise, including co-writing books with Dr. Russell Barkley, and skill as an educator, shine through our model's interventions. Through my 20 years of work in this field, I've seen how dramatically the wrong therapy risks making a bad situation worse. For example, simply talking about the problems can prove toxic. So can misattributing the problems to ulterior motives or deep, dark childhood issues or trauma or any of a number of non-core causes. ADHD-challenged couples deserve appropriate education, pragmatic strategies, and psychological support in resuscitating and healing their relationships and their lives, individually and as a couple, and learning how to thrive together. To best help ADHD-challenged individuals and couples, Dr. Robin and I share a strong perspective. Me not having ADHD and him having ADHD, we must begin with basic practical strategies and gradually expand to include more complex emotional issues. Part of learning these basic practical strategies is learning about the common patterns that can ensnare people and couples when they don't know ADHD is afoot. Based on our model, we are currently developing online training for consumers and clinicians. You can learn more at ADHDsuccesstraining.com. Now for the 4 questions. Our publisher, Routledge Press, asked us these 4 questions, publishing our answers at their website. 4 years later, it's no longer there, so I'm glad I captured it. We're gratified to have this prestigious publisher of professional guides name us Authors of the Month. First question, what made you decide to write the book? Well, first, the situation is dire for ADHD-challenged couples worldwide. The past decade has seen an explosion of adult ADHD awareness. Couples desperately seek clinical expertise and guidance, yet they rarely find it. Second, evidence-based interventions exist for adult ADHD, though also rarely available. But no established interventions existed for ADHD-affected couples. We wrote this book to fill the void by carefully blending 2 critical components: evidence-based intervention for adult ADHD and evidence-based couples intervention with sound behavioral principles. So to summarize, we wrote this book so that all therapists and consumers too can understand how unrecognized or poorly managed ADHD can thwart positive clinical outcomes and implement state-of-the-art interventions designed to enrich their practice and clients' lives. In 250 tightly written pages, we present 1. Supporting background on adult ADHD for professionals new to the topic. 2. Our flexible model, which acknowledges that many ADHD-challenged couples actually have a good relationship. They don't need therapy per se. They need help learning and implementing practical organizational challenges. 3. Step-by-step interventions targeting organizing of time, priorities, and stuff, communication, procrastination, working as a team, managing finances, co-parenting, electronic addictions, and getting the best results from medication by working as a team. Throughout the book, case couples illustrate how the interventions work in real life. Question number 2. What is one thing you hope readers take away from this book? Answer. Adult ADHD is not a fringe subspecialty. Every mental health professional should be familiar with its signs and treatments. Conservatively speaking, researchers estimate the worldwide ADHD prevalence rate at about 5%. More realistically, however, an estimated 10 to 15% of the population suffers at least moderate ADHD-related impairment. Consider the U.S. alone. There are an estimated 23 to 35 million adults with ADHD. Yet, when last studied, only 1 in 10 is diagnosed, and fewer still have received any type of treatment, much less evidence-based treatment. We find similar prevalence rates worldwide. Here's an alarming fact. Adults with ADHD are much more likely to be diagnosed with conditions that are commonly secondary to ADHD. For example, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and even so-called attachment disorders. Sometimes misdiagnosis continues for decades. When treatment misses the core issue of ADHD, positive outcomes are rare. In fact, the wrong diagnosis and wrong treatment even risk exacerbating ADHD challenges. That is, the person experiences less motivation, initiation, impulse control, working memory, and organization. Couple therapy represents an excellent opportunity to screen for ADHD. In so doing, these couples gain a chance to enjoy real and lasting change. In fact, we maintain that undiagnosed ADHD is overrepresented among couples seeking counseling. Expanding the helpful reach even further, our adult ADHD-focused couple therapy interventions stand to help even greater numbers of people. That includes individuals who struggle with similar behaviors, yet do not fully qualify for the ADHD diagnosis. After all, the associated traits of ADHD, procrastination, distractibility, emotional dysregulation, impulsivity, and the like, fall on a continuum in the human population. Question 3. Is there another point you'd like to highlight about this topic? Yes, there is hope for couples teetering on the brink of disaster due to poorly managed impact of adult ADHD on their relationship. That hope, however, depends on understanding one critical point. ADHD has its basis in neurobiology. Brain-based challenges underlie many of the issues that bring these couples to therapy. These problems center on money, sex and intimacy, chore sharing, co-parenting, and communication, among other topics. Perhaps this endorsement drives home the point best. It comes from noted couple therapy expert Douglas K. Snyder, Ph.D., co-editor of Treating Difficult Couples and the Clinical Handbook of Couple Therapy, 5th edition. He writes, "Couple therapy has moved well beyond interventions for intimate relationship distress. Increasingly, evidence-based extensions of couple therapy have been developed for treating emotional, behavioral, or physical health problems in one or both partners. ADHD presents a critical destabilizing influence on couple relationships that has heretofore been largely understudied and undertreated. This book offers a treasure trove of evidence-based interventions for helping partners to cope with this personal and relational challenge. Question number 4. What is a common misconception about this topic that you would like to clear up? Answer. Misconceptions about ADHD flood the internet and popular media, and even the mental health profession. We address several common misunderstandings in the book, including these 2 particularly dangerous myths. 1. That the ADHD diagnosis pathologizes, quote, normal human behavior. And 2, that couple therapy for ADHD should be all about appreciating differences. Taken by themselves, ADHD symptoms are indeed normal human behaviors. But it is both the number and intensity of these behaviors, combined with actual impairment in life, that makes the diagnosis. Far from being a new invention, ADHD cuts across many of the problems that have historically brought legions of people to therapy, especially couple therapy. Yet because their adult ADHD was missed or its interventions poorly understood, these clients have rarely received the clinical guidance needed to make lasting changes, despite their therapist's best, well-intentioned efforts. Since the 1990s so-called decade of the brain, revolutionary brain imaging methods have exponentially increased our understanding of this most complex human organ, and thus conditions such as ADHD. To date, according to PubMed, more than 15,000 papers with ADHD or ADD as a major focus have been published since 1970. The literature makes clear ADHD is real, it is more common and impairing than most people realize, and its targeted treatments can be highly effective. Equally documented, ADHD neurobehaviors, when left unaddressed, can limit options in life, self-fulfillment, relationships of all types, financial and job status, and even the physical health of the people who have it, while also adversely affecting everyone in that person's sphere of influence. Thank you for listening.